Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from Amanda Crochets, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this easy V-stitch baby blanket. This blanket is a 1-row repeat, so it's excellent for beginners to work on as it works up quickly. This blanket measures approximately 36 inches wide by 36 inches tall. However, you can always adjust the sizing of your blanket to fit your needs. I also used a variegated yarn, as you can see, and I really liked how this turned out. However, if you wanted to use a solid color or use a few different solid colors to kind of break up the colors a little bit, you can do that as well. So let's get started on today's tutorial on making the V-stitch baby blanket. For today's tutorial, you're going to need 5 skeins of Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn, and this is the print version. And the color that I use is called Parcel Bow, and it's this really pretty light rainbow multicolor with different greens and blues, pinks, purples, yellows. You can't really go wrong with this color, and I thought it was really pretty. So each skein is 5 ounces or 142 grams. It's 252 yards or 230 meters. It is 100% acrylic and it is considered a number 4 worsted weight yarn. And this is machine washable and dryable. This yarn recommends a US I9 or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now, if you like to use a different yarn, say you want to use a lightweight yarn or even a bulky weight yarn, you can do that as well. You can use a different number 4 worsted weight yarn, whatever you'd like. I just really like this color and I wanted to make something with it. You're also going to need the recommended hook size, which is again the I9 or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Let's begin today's tutorial. So for the V-stitch baby blanket, you're going to need to make a chain of 110. If you wanted to make your blanket in a different size, you just need to make your blanket in any even number. So as long as you have an even number, you can make your blanket as big or as small as you would like. And again, my baby blanket ended up being 110 chains. So for today's tutorial, I'm just going to do a smaller sample. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain 20. So that loop on your hook does not count. To make a chain, you're going to yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue until you have 110 chains or any even number. Okay, so once you have your 110 chains or any even number, we can go ahead and begin row 1. For row 1, we're going to make 2 double crochets into the 4th chain from hook. So again, that loop on your hook does not count. You're going to count 4 chains from your hook. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in that 4th chain from hook, you're going to make 2 double crochets. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that 4th chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is your first double crochet. You're going to make 1 more double crochet into that same chain space. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that same chain space, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is your 2 double crochets. So we skipped 3 double crochets at the very beginning, or 3 chain stitches at the very beginning. So you're going to count 3, 1, 2, and 3. And in the top of that 3rd chain, go ahead and insert your stitch marker. So you're going to insert your stitch marker in order to know what the very first and very last stitch of your row is, so that way you don't skip a stitch. So in this case, you're going to count up 3 like I said, 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to insert your stitch marker right into the top of that chain 3 stitch. So moving on with row 1, we're going to go ahead and skip 1 chain, and in the chain after that we're going to go ahead and make 2 double crochets. So skip that very next chain, and the chain after that make 2 double crochets. One and 2. You're going to repeat this all the way across until you have 2 chains remaining. So you're going to skip that next chain, and in the chain after that you're going to make 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. I'll show you one more time. Skip that next chain, and in the chain after that make 2 double crochets. Okay, so repeat this all the way across until you have 2 chains remaining, and then we'll move on to row 2. Okay, so I'm over at the end of row 1. We have 2 chains remaining. You're going to go ahead and skip 1 chain, and in that very last chain you're going to make 1 double crochet. So skip that next chain, and in the very last chain make 1 double crochet. Again, if you're using stitch markers, go ahead and insert your stitch marker into the top of that last double crochet that you just made. And this is what your first row is going to look like. Okay, for row 2, we're going to go ahead and chain 3 and turn. Now that chain 3 is going to count as your first double crochet, so go ahead and insert your stitch marker into the top of that chain 3. So when you work your rows, you're going to have a double crochet and a chain 3 at the beginning and end of each row with your V-stitches in between. So after you make your chain 3, you're going to go ahead and make 2 double crochets in between the 2 double crochets from the previous row. So look at the previous row and you have your 2 double crochets. You're going to work into that space right in between. So go ahead and make your 2 double crochets right in between your stitches. Go underneath and in between those stitches, and you're just going to make a double crochet as normal. So when you make your double crochets inside the 2 double crochets from the previous row, you will see your V-stitch start to form. And you're going to repeat this all the way across. So find your next 2 double crochets together, and you're going to make 2 double crochets in between the 2 double crochets from the previous row. So you're going to go underneath the top of the stitch, you're going to find the 2 double crochets, and you're going to go right in between the 2 double crochets and make 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. And again, you can see your V-stitch starting to form. You're going to repeat this all the way across. So make 2 double crochets in between the 2 double crochets from the previous row, and when you get to the end of your row, I will show you how to finish row 2 and move on to row 3. Okay, so I'm over at the end of my row and I have 1 stitch remaining, and again it's going to be that skipped chained 3 from the previous row. So if you have your stitch marker, it should be right in here. You're going to go ahead and make 1 double crochet into the top of that chain 3. And here is what 2 rows looks like. So for row 3, we're going to go ahead and chain 3 and turn. And row 3 is going to be exactly like row 2. You're going to repeat row 2 for the entire pattern, so that chain 3 does count as your first double crochet. You're going to go ahead and find the 2 double crochet cluster from the previous row, and you're going to insert in between and make 2 double crochets. Find your next 2 double crochet cluster and insert in between the stitches and make 2 double crochets. Find your next double crochet cluster and in between the stitches make 2 double crochets. So you're going to repeat row 2 over and over for the entire pattern, and you're going to make a total of 79 rows. I did not add a border for this blanket. However, if you do want to add a border, you are more than welcome to do so. I just decided to make the blanket without one, as I thought it would look nice without a border. And again, you can see the V-stitches starting to form once you have your stitches in between that cluster. So let me get my blanket to show you one more again what the finished project looks like. Okay, so here is what the finished blanket looks like, and the more rows you make, the more you will see that V-stitch effect. Again, it's a 1 row repeat, so it makes it very, very easy for a beginner to make, and you can make this in any color combination that you would like. And again, you can make this in any size by just making an even number of chains. So thank you so much for joining me today on learning how to make the V-stitch baby blanket. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me. And as always, happy crocheting! Bye!